Wow, that's 2 rounds of applause and we haven't even heard one joke yet. I think that's a pretty good rate of return. That's pretty good. Look at this, my bros and hoes in the front rows. Now we're talking. What was your strategy? Hide in plain sight, keep your enemies close. Yeah, you thought if you sit at the front row, it's less likely that I'll talk to you. That backfired a little bit. Yeah. I really respect people who sit in the front row. I put them on a pedestal, you know. I think people who sit in the front row at comedy gigs are on the same level as organ donors. You know what I mean? It's an act of heroism. They're putting the greater good ahead of the individual, you know. They'll sing songs about you. What's your name? Chris. Don't say that. I told you not to do that. What's your name? Chris. That's better. So, Chris, I think this will be the climax to your obituary. I gotta be honest. I think you'll be loving many years from now, rest assured. So you are in China, so it might be sooner than you think. You'll be like loving family man, loved by his community, gave free basketball lessons at the local orphanage, but no one will forget his deeds on the 25th of May at Berlin Haus in Chengdu when he sat in the front row at a comedy frickin' gig. Beautiful man. I want to shake your hand. Brilliant stuff. Give him a round of applause. That's it. Front row, go fuck yourself. Back row, how you doing? Oh, one person. Right? 2 people. Question. Why can't you be more like Chris? I get it. You're cowards. It's fine. I don't hate you. Well, I do, but I hate everyone equally, so it doesn't matter. I like this guy's approach. Look at this. Look at it. Right next to the door. Fantastic. Fantastic. He probably already ordered the DD. Yeah. The guy's like, just the minute shit hits the fan, which it will, he's gonna get the fuck out of here. The guy's probably called him, said like, you've already spent 10 kwai on this trip. Yeah, just keep the car running. Just keep it running, I'll be there. The minute he starts talking politics, I'm gone. It's alright. Where are you going tonight after this? After this, where are you going? Jellyfish? Yeah, I think I just got an STD from saying jellyfish. Yeah, I didn't mean to cast aspersions or resort to ugly stereotypes, but you are, how do you say, a man? So yeah. So let's deal with the elephant in the room. How many of you are English teachers? Hey! Alright! That's a French teacher. Okay, life story, not required. Later. No, I actually, that took me a while to ask that. Usually, I think we're legally required to ask that after 30 seconds. I think I went into the 2nd minute there, so I might have to talk to the authorities. But I like asking that question because I've worked out how to tell who's new and who's old, yeah? The new people, when you say, are you an English teacher? The hand shoots up. Yeah, I'm an English teacher. I do that. I came to China to change lives. Here's my passport. Here's my work visa. I'm amazing. The old guys, you ask them, are you an English teacher? They're like, come to a shit to escape my life. What? Go on, tell him. The man with the microphone asked you a question. Yeah, I'm a fucking English teacher. I get it, it's tough. I get it. I'm 31 years old, but having taught English in China for 2 years, I don't feel a day over 47. It's tough, but you know what we do have, us old guys? We got war stories. We got stories, man, don't we? Oh yeah, we got battle scars. That's the thing that war veterans and English teachers in China have in common. We've all seen way too much shit. Yeah, literally shit. We've all seen way too much shit. We got that 100-yard stare. We're like, put it down. Chris, just put it down. The other thing we have in common with war veterans is we both do that thing where we stand by the fireplace, you know, holding the whiskey, staring into the fire, hypnotized, the post-traumatic stress percolating in our brain. Beijing, 2016. English first, Chaoyang campus. I had to teach these 10-year-olds the difference between the first conditional and the second conditional. And Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to hear from the new guys, you know. They don't know shit. We've seen it all. We've got shit to say. The new guys, they probably still think the grey stuff in the sky is fog. They still think the brown stuff in their ballots is meat. To be fair, it probably is meat, but you don't want to know which animal it's from. More specifically, you don't want to know which part of the animal it's from. Yeah. Oh man. Who's done it for more than 2 years? Anyone? Oh shit. We should start like a help group. Wow. So, okay, who wants, like, okay, 2 years. More than 2 years. What's the craziest thing that's happened in the class?
Me?
You said 2 years.
Oh,
No? It's alright, you can back out, it's fine. If the DD's waiting, you can go. Jellyfish calls.
2 years is nothing.
Alright. I'm talking with my friend. Thank you. Please, friend.
Nothing really. It's just
Great. So, who was... Hey, what's your name? Jordan. That was a bad choice. But anyway, what's the craziest thing that's happened in a class?
I've had a student cry.
Oh, okay. I love that answer because it's, wow, I've already made him walk out. Shit. I know he's getting the beer, it's okay. That's fine. No, because I was like, that's great because that just like if you give me an interesting story, I can riff on it. If you give me a simple answer like that, it just comes straight back to my routine. So it actually is a win-win. No, I can top that. So I had a kid. I was teaching these kids, right? 6-year-olds, and I was writing something on the board. Probably better this way. I was writing something on the board, and he says, "What the fuck?" And this wasn't like he wasn't mumbling like, "Whoa." He was, and it wasn't just saying whatever was in his frontal lobe at the time, like triangle, sandwich, what the fuck? It was contextually appropriate. He saw something on the board and went like, "What the fuck?" I'm writing on the board, and I'm like. And I'm thinking, how do I approach this? I mean, firstly, I was thinking, good sentence. Grammatically correct, contextually appropriate, pronunciation, yeah. Really hit that TH, you know. Had a bit of a Gene Simmons going. Oh, good. Yeah, we're all old, it's good. But then I was like, okay, do I get angry with him? But then I was worried, like, if I admonish him, if I get angry with him, it might be like a gateway drug kind of thing, you know? Like, don't say that! Well, now I'm going to say it all the fucking time. What the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck? And then I'm like, and this was my biggest fear, what if I taught him that? Like, what if I turn around and go, who taught you that? And he's like, you did. But I know it's not going to be like, you did, teacher. It's going to be like an anguish, you did! You did this to me! It's like the first act of a superhero film where he hasn't learned how to control his powers yet. It's like, I don't know what to do! What the fuck, what the fuck? What have you done with me? Help me, Lausha. I'm like, okay. And by the way, this whole time I'm just standing at the board, like, look at it and like, what do I do? So a minute had elapsed, and finally I collected my thoughts. And I thought to myself, okay, you can't get angry with him, 2 wrongs don't make a right. But you can't, I set certain standards in my classroom, I can't let that slide. So I put the pen down, turned to him and I said, listen, turquoise. You're a good kid. I like you. You got enthusiasm, you got a great attitude. That's a very bad sentence. Please don't say that again, you little cunt. Speaking of cunts, do you want to meet your first comedian? So, this man is a proud American. We're still trying to work out why he's so proud. Americans haven't had anything to be proud of since like World War II, but let's ask him. Alright. His name's Jordan! Give him a big clap! Yeah!